Howdy, my name's Ethonra, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 15 or 14 Shadowbringers. Sorry, I actually have good news for a change, so I'm actually excited. I'll tell you as soon as we hop in, because first I need to turn down my music, or the music in the game, I should say. I usually don't rewatch my old videos because I either find them embarrassing or stupid or something, but for this one, we'll try there. Well, yeah. So that's turned down. Where is my remote? Alright, sorry about that. So, that was the first thing I needed to take care of, because I noticed in my last video the music overshadowed my voice a little bit. So, wanted to fix that. Alright, so for the good news, by the way, I'm at the my FC house. That's what it looks like. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So yeah, the good news that I want to talk to you all about is I was actually wrong. Normally I hate when I'm wrong, because when I'm wrong I feel like I'm losing. But this time I'm actually glad that I'm wrong, because the videos did actually upload in their entirety. They didn't get cut in half. Let me explain what happened. When I uploaded all the videos except for part 1, for some reason part 1 was spared from this, but part 2 and part 3, when I uploaded them, I checked them to see what would happen on my PlayStation 4. My PlayStation 4 and my phone are connected. That's going to be important in a minute. But I checked them on my PlayStation 4, and it would always start off in the middle of a video. Like, I believe part 3, I just checked it yesterday, and it started off right as I came back from one of my little breaks, like came back from getting something to drink. So that immediately told me, you know, okay, I lost some footage. But then later on, oh, going the wrong way. But then later on, I checked my phone, and it shows it being 4 hours, 30 minutes. And that got me thinking, wait a minute, why is it saying 4 hours on my phone, but when I play it, it starts only at like 2 hours or so? More importantly, why did this never happen with part 1? Because I didn't change my setup. Nothing changed. So why did it do it this time? So I went to my phone, and when I started it on my phone, it started at the very beginning. So I'm like, okay, so it is there. And then I went to the PlayStation 4 again, hopped on YouTube, went to my history, and then looked at the same video, and sure enough, it starts at the beginning. So I'm still going the wrong way. Yeah, see, I told you I'm excited. I don't usually have good news. So I didn't lose anything. I'm so glad. Like, thank God it actually did record everything. Whew, so that's a load off me, because I was really bummed that I might not find a way to fix it. So I did come up with a contingency plan, and that was going to be I would just record for about 3 hours, maybe a little bit over, in case I'm like in the middle of a dungeon or something, because it seems to do 3 hours. Seems anything beyond 4 hours doesn't seem to work, but 3 hours seem fine. But that won't be necessary, because the video does upload in its entirety. It's just, for some reason, the PlayStation 4 shows and does play at around 2 hours or so, but my phone doesn't. But for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. It actually is there. I guess the video isn't done uploading, or it uploads in reverse. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. I don't really know what's going on. I just know that at the end of the day, it really does upload in the entirety, and that's all I care about. So, really happy about that, because you guys have no idea how disappointed I was that some of my commentary got cut out. Because again, I don't usually have good commentary, but and the rare occasions that I actually do, it's like, yeah, that was pretty funny. You know, someone's gonna enjoy that. Then of course it gets cut out, but no, that never happened. So I'm glad about that. And the second thing I want to talk to you about, funnily enough, we're gonna get back to the Perry, Pixie and Fairy combined. I guess I'm doing that a lot these streams, combining words. But yeah, so remember before I mentioned how I thought pixies were supposed to be genderless because of Faye saying, you know, with that voice but looking clearly female. And then I told you later on that, okay, I might have been wrong because Faye addresses herself very clearly as a she, right? But then it turns out I might be right anyway, again, because the other fairies address themselves singularly as they, them, their. There was this one fairy that wanted me to rescue their, yeah, see, now I have to do it, their friend, and they called their friend them. Like, hey, adventurer, do you mind rescuing they will say my friend, do you come rescuing my friend? They, singular, one fairy, they went to the forest and they never came back. Can you find them? Even though they're only talking about one person. So I don't know, man. I gave up trying to figure out what's up with the fairies / pixies. It's like I can breathe again. But yeah, so glad they actually do upload. Oh, I should also mention this before I forget, since I don't have to worry about it being cut out now. Ha ha ha, jinx. But yeah, so yesterday, someone who apparently never been in any of my streams before, named the Anon, came and watched me, and they seemed like a pretty cool person. At the end of near the end of my stream, they mentioned how that I had a new subscriber in them and that they enjoyed it. I was like, okay, well, I appreciate that. Thanks, I really do. They said that I had 66 subscribers, but when they said that and I checked my subscriber count, it said 65. So somehow I lost one, despite that conversation. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't mind losing subscribers. I like gaining them because I do appreciate some people are actually somewhat entertained watching me do stupid stuff online, watching these subpar streams. But the thing is, I mentioned this way back when, so I guess I'll say it now because it's more likely to be seen here than there. But my secret goal when I started YouTube was to get 13 subscribers. That was all. That's all I ever wanted. And now here I am currently at 65. Yep, still 65. See, that's a very important saying. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save. For those of you who have been playing this game a while, you know why. Little side story here. I actually chose that option when I was talking to the butcher. Again, I forgot her name. She asked me, why do I do what I do? And I said those exact words. Way to ruin the moment. I see where this is going. There was a beast, well, I say there was, but there is a beast tribe called the Sylph. And there's a one mission that you can do that involves being invisible. Kind of tedious to me. But let's see if this is anything like that. Yep. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, let's see. So I got 1 minute. Where exactly am I going? Oh, okay, that's not too far. I just try to sprint as often as I can so I don't get warped away like this poor soul is about to. Hey guys. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Thancred, you should know. Oh, I didn't notice I had 2 people. Hey, welcome to the stream. Ah, there's that good music again. Great, even. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a wave is a sign of aggression or something. Not really. I mean, only if we fail. That's what I want to say, but come on. We're the hero here. Exactly. I know, right? Fetch. Okay. I was gonna go look for the others, but they probably won't move. See, there he goes doing it too. I wonder if he means one person. I mean, I could kind of understand if it was the fairies and the pixies, but you would think these things being at least looking like they're flesh and blood and not spirits. Oh, you don't have to worry about me giving more. I don't do extra credit. Oh, before I forget. I also, one of my friends, let me see if they're even on. Yep, there they are right there. August Rain. She told me that I could actually get my Gunbreaker stuff before finishing Shadowbringers, which I think is interesting because if you recall, and if I'm not mistaken, the quest told me that I needed to finish Shadowbringers, but my assumption was they meant the quest, not necessarily the expansion, unless the expansion's last quest is called Shadowbringers, and then one called something like, I'm sure I read that right. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. I thought Oh, I see. It must be individually. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, wait. Thancred, J. I don't remember where the twins are. They shouldn't still be held hostage by the fairies, are they? No, wait, yeah, they are. They're just not being played with. Oh, my job is to kill something. How unexpected yet relieving. That Lalafell kind of looks like Snow White, doesn't she? Yeah, that's kind of impressive. I wonder if it was on purpose. So anyway, as I was saying, so the quest, the Gunbreaker quest told me to finish Shadowbringers. Again, I assume a quest. And then one called To Love and Lost, I think it said. I'll just check later. But yeah, they told me that I can actually do it early, and I'm supposed to go to Ilmore, or whatever that city of final pleasures is called, to get it. I don't know. I'll find out when I get there, right? But it's definitely something I'll keep in mind. And since I don't have to worry about time, because the game, or rather the stream, is actually being uploaded, despite how it first initially appears, I don't have to worry about it. So I can go for as long as I want. That's an interesting bend in the road. And yeah, apparently they are doing the same thing as the Pixies, so okay, whatever. This is actually kind of cool. I see what's going on here. Because I noticed that on the way in here we didn't see anything like this, like tool mender and whatnot. Because I was thinking, hey, I wonder if there'd be some different dialogue if I repaired first. But then, like I said, I thought back about it. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing anyone who does repairs. So I'm unlocking those. That's really neat. I like that. That's a cool idea. And again, they're tying it into the story. I like how they're doing that. I say too much. I need to cut that out. Okay, I was making sure he didn't want like exact amount of something. Mushroom Kingdom, anybody? Oh, there we go. Tricky mushrooms. Ah. How in the world? Okay, good. This one at least looks obvious. Now it's just a matter of doing it. Why can't they all be that easy? I don't know about you guys, but all these mushrooms are making me hungry for some pizza. Of course they have. I like how it's implied that they just appear. They weren't here the entire time. Couldn't just tell me to come here in the first place. No, they just got here. I thought I was going to have to fight something. What are you doing over here? That was definitely strange. Maybe one of the people she's helping wants the flame mushrooms. That'd be my immediate guess. Outside of that, I have no idea what she was doing. And I don't think the others are here. They must be out on their task. Yeah, okay. Okay, but now he's saying him. He did say him, didn't he? Okay. Well, like I said, I gave up trying to figure it out. It's just weird how they flip-flop. Huh, Droopy. Anyone remember Droopy? Yeah, as long as it doesn't involve anything weird. Yeah, sure. I'm stronger than I look. That dungeon run wasn't enough, huh? But that's fine. I don't mind your company. I'll bring all of them back. Even have to make those bandits carry it back themselves. No, that's pretty south. If I can, I'm going to try to swing by there first to attune to that crystal. Walkendorf. Could you imagine if that was actually Ganondorf's name, if they went with a name like that? Walkendorf. It's so funny. Oh, I recognize that creature. Speaking of rainbows, yeah, the fairies, the name of this place, Ilmeg, they say it means land of rainbows, I believe. Don't remember what exactly it was. It was in a side quest, and a fairy learning to read, or not learning to read, but I had to read too, said that Ilmeg essentially means land of rainbows. She also mentioned that if she could, she'd take someone's eyes. So there's that. That looks like a zoo. Pretty big one too. Hey, I rhymed. And I don't even do it all the time. Oh, dang it. I meant to swing by the crystal. I forgot. Oh well. I'll try to remember to swing by after we leave. Yeah, I would have thought she'd turn invisible first. Well, that's too bad. I would have let you live. You're kind of cute. That's a flying pig with Dumbo ears. When pigs fly, that's totally a flying pig. You know what? I'm gonna call it this. I don't care if it's called a garden porksy. I'm gonna call it. Now that's weird. It makes the betrayed soul sound. Aw. You shouldn't attack me. Anyway, I'm gonna call them flying oinks. That's what they remind me of. Let's see what you can do. Oh, you're gonna beat me with your book, are you? Yeah, you have to try better than that. I've literally seen that spell before. Yeah, being ninja would come in handy here. Well, I'd lie if I said I wasn't surprised. Oh, wait, I think I said that backwards. I meant I wasn't surprised, essentially, is what I mean. Because, of course, I'd go the wrong way. Hey, cool, I made it out. That was nearly perfect. I took too long staring at that flying oink, so it, saw me. But outside of that, well, that and that one book guy. So never mind. Almost perfect. Just when I was about to hop on my mount. Yeah, that's another thing. That's why I was on foot, because I wanted kind of a challenge to see if I could get out without being unseen. Which I did succeed in, but, would have been better if I could got in and out unseen.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe. I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Nymphilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together. To the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
I could hazard a guess.
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nemo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
So that proved another one of my theses. The Light Eaters can talk. They just have to be really powerful ones. Actually, they all can talk, really, now I think about it. Like the ones that are newborn, they are capable of speech for like a couple of seconds, so technically they all can talk. It's just either they lose the ability, / only the high powerful ones seem to be able to retain the ability to speak. The cool thing about Tatiana, however that name is said, originally people thought that was going to be the primal for the Pixies, and that is not the case at all. Feel sorry for the poor dastard who got turned into that thing, though. Now, I guess that extends to all the Sin Eaters in one way or another. Let me guess. Base text, right? Yep. That, I think I saw something. Yeah, I get an envelope of some kind. I'll wait till I get the actual reward before I, see what it is. And I forgot to swing by that place again. I had a funny feeling I'd forget again. I just hoped that I wouldn't. Oh, you saw the vision too, huh? Oh, that's nice. Oh, so I did see that correctly. I was like, wait, the bird creatures have it? How does that work? But okay, they can talk. Good. Seto Kaiba. If I see one called Mokuba, I'm gonna laugh my butt off. Alright then. Nah, I got a job to do. I figured I'd have to go there sooner or later, just, you know, adds insult to injury that I didn't grab it when I should have. Because I knew I'd have to. So how ironic is it that that's exactly where we're going? I could have just warped there, but nope, I had to go and forget. Nah, I don't know. Maybe I would have warped there, maybe I wouldn't have. I probably ultimately would, but eh. Volbertenberg. I never really bothered to notice the names of some of these places. Still all new to me. That was actually helpful. Mog. Oh, that's interesting. I beg to differ. It's okay. I do. Okay, I got you. Gentle touch. So don't haymaker them. Just tap them on the nose. Nah, you can't hide from me. What are you talking about? Just because there's different dialogue, I actually will do that for both. I'll talk to them and then pet them. No, that's adorable. But what does he mean by unglamored? Does he not see this set that I'm rocking? But I say, yeah, I saw Thancred over there. Oh, he's got 3 of them. Cannot or will not. You know, the fact that they talk like this gives me the impression these things have exceptionally long lives, even much longer than chocobos, and of course there went one running by, so funny timing there. My Ethonra luck working for good for a change. That's more depressing than killing Tatiana. They talk a lot about peace. I'm guessing that's going to be necessary to persuade Seto. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can relate. Well, you're about to find out. Ah, okay. There you go. So, okay, so they swore an oath to the king, so that could partially be why. See if Minophilia says anything different. Nope. So that could partially be why. They swore an oath to the king, which I'm guessing in that oath means don't kill me since you're making this oath. Oh, you want a pet too? Alright then. Wait a minute. Yep, all without the echo too. Here we go. I kind of wish he would have let me, quote unquote, prepare, though, you know. Would have just waited so then we could have rode off into the sunset together, but hey, welcome to the stream. Vault flashbacks, anyone? Gospel. Ah, nice. Blasting zone critical hit, even nicer. Wait, take me with you. I know he heard me. Huh, we just got back. Hey, whatever gets us there faster. No, you don't have to come to that. Don't worry, I'll find it. I literally don't have a choice. Unless, of course, I just want to end the stream and the game and my subscription here. So I do have a choice. But we're obviously not going to do that. Also, I was going to wait until they showed me, but I guess I'll bring it up now. It's been so long that I could be mistaken, but you know, I've talked about how well, I'll just show you here. Some missions have actual dialogue like these, as opposed to this, which is a main story quest, so maybe I'm not so wrong after all. But it seems like if they have a custom background here, wallpaper if you will, or are important like these, they have actual dialogue, and the ones that don't. So I did notice that a while back, but we'll see if that rings true for the rest of the expansion. Yeah, this is going to be a long swim, so you all should better get comfy or go take care of your needs. Now that's cool. I can actually see the bottom. And yep, there's the tree. I didn't say this in the dungeon where it happened, but where they showed those spirits in the water, that was kind of creepy. Like, if I was actually out in the open water and something like that was close to me, I'd be kind of freaked out. Oh, thought I could swim in there. Nope. I know that's not it because I just checked. Well, buckle in, everyone. Ethonra's got to find something underwater. It's bad enough when it's on dry land. Let me see how many of these buildings I can enter. Or between the buildings. So I looked on the roofs and I didn't see anything. No, that's nice. Doesn't help me though. Wasn't I just here? Isn't that the same? Yeah, it is. Let me look in the church again, because I felt like it should be there, but of course it wasn't. Uh-huh, that's why I didn't see it. This should be it. No idea how it got inside the church. I guess through there. It drifted kind of funny. But yeah, as soon as I saw this big building, I was like, yeah, this got to be it. But when I was inside, I did not see that text dialogue, so it kind of threw me off. Okay, so thankfully that didn't take as long as I thought it would. And even more thankfully, I actually did touch the aetherite this time.
My medallion! You found it! Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul.
The crystal shoes will be a good start.
He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again. When I was young, in those days, I could not speak. But we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure. Fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Artbert, and he was my friend.
I thought as much. The context clues were there. The most obvious one being when he woke up. The second one, when I mentioned promising to my friends.
Ardbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood. Him and his comrades. Some few spoke up for them. Of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least. You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless...
Oops.
Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
Really sorry about that. I saw a smudge on my controller and I wiped it off and skipped the cutscene. Well, thankfully not the cutscene, but just that dialogue. I'll be more careful in the future, don't worry.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Has something happened at Lida Loran?
I'm hazarding a guess that it's those dudes in the ugly armor.
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
Is this round 2?
As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success. So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
I intended on it anyway, Minfilia.
No, Minfilia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
Yeah, you better be. Oh, okay, I forgive you. So, I wonder how this is going to work out. I was assuming I could use the trust system again if this is not another dungeon, but I imagine it's going to be, unless it's an instance. Like again, the vault was actually an instance at one point where you had to get through it before Sir Emmerich was killed. So, if that's not the same thing here, I would have imagined that it's a dungeon. I guess we shall see. I taught Avis. Avis is Latin, by the way. I believe it means bird. I know a little bit of Latin. Just a little. I thought I heard an aether current. It must have just been the ambience. Okay. Even I... That's real disturbing. That's more disturbing than the normal ones just sitting about. Like, what? I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway. Even I shouldn't get lost up in here. Even I can't mess that up. They're literally called pukas. Okay. I guess that's a pretty fun name. Oh, there's one right there. I'm feeling like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess right now. You know, when you're coming up upon Hyrule Castle. Anyone else? Just me? Okay. Equivalent exchange. The Dancing Plague, huh? Alright, this is like the first one I have to do with people. Alright, I'll see if my FC is up for it. At least I can trust them over randoms. Now we sit back and see if we get any bites. And of course, if I don't get anything, I'll just go with randoms. I'm sure most of them will be new too. You know what? Nah, because then I might miss it. If I don't get any bites, I'll just tell them not to worry about it. Then I'll go get me a drink, and then I'll queue it with randoms, and hope for the best. All right, time's up. All right, I will be back maybe like 2-3 minutes, so go ahead and take you guys a break if you need it. Okay, I'm back. Now, while we wait for that, what should I do? Kind of hate they took the trust system from me for this part, because I was counting on it for the entire expansion, but it was not meant to be, apparently. I guess I'll pick on these things, see what they can do. Never mind. Oh, I see. That's why. I didn't notice it at first. It's a trial. Oh. I thought it was a dungeon. Okay. That definitely explains why I can't bring the trust system in there. Okay, these guys are exactly like the ones from the Sea of Clouds. Well, almost. They don't combo their AoEs like that. But that might have just been a fluke. I'll let them know first time as well. Because everyone's probably expecting most people to have done it by now. Not me. I wonder if we have to actually dance. Probably. Yeah, I was going to tell them I'm streaming. I'll say I'm indifferent. You mentioned ads, so yeah, that's bright, all right. Not sure what happened there. Something about water being good. Okay. That's like Sycaris Tower, I believe, is the one. Man, that hurt pretty bad. Oh, donut AoE. Sorry for those of you out there who have problems with bright lights. I mean, that should be expected from an RPG, but still. And we lost somebody. That's unfortunate. Wonder if we'll lose the limit break when they come back. Okay. Yes, I see it. Alright, let me hit it. I definitely see it. I'm gonna stay with the group and just kill as we go along. Oh, we lost both our healers and no one can rest. Ah, this is annoying. Oh, I see, it's dead. Okay. Ah, the one time you don't have a red mage, am I right? You know, if they had just spoke up sooner, I would actually be the one tanking because I have more health, but, alright. I thought they, well, maybe they did and I just missed it, but assuming that they didn't, considering what they just said there, in situations like that, I would be the one to tank. Like, if you have, two tanks that are exactly the same, like classes, jobs, the role of main tank easily should go to the one with the highest health. Provided, of course, they know what they're doing. But since I've only been here one time and they've been here twice, and I've pretty much got a grasp on what to do here, if we end up wiping again, I'll probably main tank. We'll see. I wish they'd bring that to the boss so we could keep hitting it. Oh, we're losing somebody else. Remember when I said play with random and hope for the best? Yeah. Of course it would happen when I'm streaming too. No big deal though. Just one of those funny Ethonra moments. Okay, I think I understand what they're saying. They want to stack all the ads together and then AoE them down. I say, man, you better move. Okay, here we go. Oh crap. So if it takes longer, does that mean they get more health? Yeah, the closer you are to that thing, the less damage it does. Or at least it seemed that way. Like, I know I'm a tank, but even then. Okay, let me just stop. Usually when something like that happens, when people are like all running and you're clearly trying to run from them, but for some reason they're still following you, what I would do is just stop. Let them be the ones to run. That usually helps it out. Crap. Yeah, it's like where I'm going to bite it. Yep. Oh, so much for that. See, this is why I don't run with randoms. This is why I was so glad about the trust system. But my FC was just too busy, I guess, so little choice. This fight doesn't really seem that hard, though. Like, at all, once you know what you're doing. Because the mechanics are either something you've seen before, it just requires coordination. Like, I'm seeing people get hurt needlessly. I think that might be what's going on here. Speaking of needless, keep forgetting I got that DPS or dot combo. You need to start using that more. Contrary to popular belief, dots do matter. They can make the difference between winning or victory. Ask Sephiroth. Winning or victory, winning or losing.
When you play with fire.
And just so you know, because you guys wouldn't see it, I was trying to reply to what that person was asking me, but I didn't know what they meant. If they meant when they get big, like gigantic, I thought one of the people said to all group up on A so we can DPS it down real fast and then go to B, then C. But if they meant individually, I had gotten the B and C ad, or A and C ad just fine the very first time I've done this, and we got through that just fine, so I don't know which one they meant. Yeah, I probably should have held on to that for the ads. Oh crap. I'm also gonna have to watch the healers. They're not doing too well. Alright, brace your eyes. I'm not even worried about that, because I've seen that mechanic many times. As I say, yet still got screwed up. The pattern, it was either different or I just got super careless there. That's the first time that's hit me. And it hit me pretty bad. Dang, I pressed the button and it didn't come out. And look at that, it still counted. How lame is that? I hate when that happens, man. They really should do something about that. Like, how is the ability clearly gonna go off, yet it didn't count, and it still took it from me? Yeah, I noticed. Oh, she's getting close. Alright, really gotta pump out the DPS here. Whoa, just barely made it. Being mortal. Yeah, that's a cool name for an attack, I'll admit. Battle voice, you say? Crap. Oh, I see. You gotta dodge in like at the last second. Or, not last second. We had plenty of time. She kicked it up a notch. Oh, I timed that good. Okay, let's try not to get completely shredded this time. Naturally. That's how I can get off. There we go. So what, third, fourth time's the charm?
No more.
Interesting thing about that Light Warden is that it wasn't completely, you know, white like the rest of them. Then again, neither are the cardinal virtues or whatever those fallen warriors of light/darkness are. Reminds me of Beast Castle in the dark. Yeah, sure. So with that headache out of the way, what do we got to do next?
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak. The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose.
I don't have to wear them, do I?
For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king. The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place.
No, thank you.
However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do. My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind.
That's a fancy way to put it.
Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead. Kinla, Ilishla, Ilmek, Okbra. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
Ah. That's pretty cool.
Confound it. How did they get here so fast?
Keep your voice down.
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
How in the seven hells?
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to your moor. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself.
Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life? If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Fool! Defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Look! The sky!
He's done it. The warrior of darkness has triumphed.
General? What are our orders? What do we do?
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the warrior of darkness.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
Spooky.
What's happening? Water? That wasn't there before. Ah!
Orwa I kansasi, orwa I kinsi.
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it! General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat.
All who stand with a warrior of darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Feor volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Feor, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wished to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fey folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, Well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Ilmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength. In return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call.
What to say, what to say. I'm guessing she's not gone, so I'll say this.
Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side.
Yeah, that sounds like she'd say that no matter what.
Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would your Isnefis.
So yeah, during that attack, that was really disturbing, because these guys just got turned into these statues, assuming they're still sentient in there somewhere. That's pretty terrible. Arguably worse are the ones who got dragged underwater. I already told you how I'd feel about that, and then sure enough, it happened to them. So, better them than me. Ooh. But yeah, the fight against the Fairy King, that was pretty intense. Like, it was easy up until when the ads came out. That's when it seemed to be a problem. Still, considering that was my first death in the expansion, I don't mind it too much. Fighting against a fallen king sounds oddly familiar. Oh yeah, something else I realized the other day is that it rains here. So it's already one of my favorite areas. Then why does it make me feel like something is different? Especially since it's raining, so that helps with the dramatics.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmore was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
No way.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity...
Wow.
I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Gaius spoke of you. A native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly deep.
Oops. Sorry.
Infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
Yeah, settle down there, Kefka. Yeah, his voice is kind of grating on me, so made my finger slip.
Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all.
Hey, what can I say? I like making trouble.
Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what Lahabret did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted.
I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
So, real quick, the name, or term rather, Ascian, basically means shadowless. They don't have shadows. That's kind of the telltale way of saying or knowing who is possessed by one. He had a shadow, which is kind of curious. So that makes me think, is that his original Ascian body? Because normally to exist, they have to possess someone else. But again, he had a shadow. And the Ascians didn't just exist. I imagine they were people at some point until they found immortality. But for whatever reason, he seems to break that golden standard. Something I do think is pretty cool is they actually do encourage me to, well, not encourage me, but show me actually resting. Because in the past couple of expansions, it might have happened once or twice, but usually when they say, hey, go and rest, your character will go and do that, and then something will come along to make it so you didn't rest at all. But so far, already, Zio has gotten like, what, 2 naps? Maybe 3? Nah, my gear's looking alright. Ah, okay, I just thought of something. Another reason why my FC probably didn't reply is because I said 73 dungeon. I thought it was a dungeon, it was a trial. A sandwich basket. I'm expecting our nighttime visitor to come a-knocking.
From the Exarch, is it? And with that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know? You probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed.
I am so hungry for a sandwich right now.
Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort.
I'm not even joking. I might actually go make me one.
But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the Flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past.
Well, actually, I do have an inkling of what's up with the Exarch.
Not that it matters. It's Emmet Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining.
Yep, that infamous cutscene.
Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the Flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmet Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that. That's beyond cruel.
You mean Seto? Well, that's... I suppose you're right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him.
Aw, he's smiling. Probably the first time he smiled in decades.
What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Oh, that's awesome. Fey touched. All right. Still raining, I see. Nice. I don't think I've ever watched the Gilgamesh minion do that.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Let me guess. Mm-hmm.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most likely. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
Yeah, that's the way.
I'm I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin-Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Oh, just 3?
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola.
Yeah.
With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
I was hoping we run into her soon. It's been a minute.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may need to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I'm willing to take.
You should probably bring some guards, dude.
Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Well, I mean, they kind of hate Alphino and I. So, if they see all of us together, that's going to be kind of a problem.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Yeah, something tells me you guys aren't going to be coming back out so easily. Oh, thankfully I already touched that one. Alright, I will be right back. Yeah, I see it's raining here too. Let's see. I hope this is another trust dungeon. I'm eager to run another one of those. Naturally. So this whole thing used to be a church? That's pretty impressive. Well, there's Thancred. Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, that's exactly where it is, considering what Urianger just said. But yeah, I wanted to find Minfilia first, just to see what she says. Oh, this isn't the church? I thought it was. Unless she's saying something I don't understand. It is getting kind of late. Yeah, this is more churchy. Yet the flames are lit, so yeah, I thought so. Well, assuming he didn't destroy it, you know, all things considering. You know, for a second, I almost thought I got attacked by something. Like, as soon as I touched it, boom. Nah, that's Thancred. Oh, I see it. I was going to say, I thought it was interesting it let me lock onto him. I should have clicked just to see what it'd say, but oh well. Well, I ain't ending the video just yet. See, being Lalafell height does come in handy. Well, funny thing about Lalafell eyes, especially Dunes folk, pretty resilient to bright lights, so we can see pretty good in the dark as well. Oh, your Stola looks pretty well defined. Okay, that's a very interesting fact. Yeah, she does kind of have that atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Right.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And So he braves the forests of Raktika, in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
So that makes me so that makes me wonder.
We have arrived.
If we bring Night back to this place, does that mean the Night Blessed will start using their actual names? I would assume so, but...
Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable.
I would imagine so, but it would be cool if they did, because that would tie into what's going on, so...
Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Well, that was fast.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule!
Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days.
Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
That's what I'm thinking. For an observer, you're awfully talkative. I'm about to say, man, surely that has some unique commentary. That's actually a very good question. I'm glad I talked to him. Exactly, that's a good question. Okay, see, the fact that he says hapless body is actually a big deal, because in the source, I guess that makes sense, but I mean, I figured he might have just brought a body over, but oh no, I guess that doesn't work for them either. So it makes me wonder, how did he possess somebody? Well, anyway, in the source, Amit here has factories probably even, that have clone bodies of him, so we can just go from the next, basically like Palpatine, just go from the next to the next to the next. But in this one, he makes it clear that he actually possessed somebody, yet, as I mentioned earlier, there was very clearly a shadow. So either they forgot their own lore, or something else strange is going on here. Oh, that's interesting news. Yeah, Thancred would know. Gotta say, it feels really, really weird traveling with an Ascian. I was going to attack it, but then I was like, nah, chances are I'll run into it later anyway. Also, when I first saw the name, I thought it said tomato, but it says tamale, or tamati. Tomato. Okay. Something along those lines. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he's actually watching me. Yeah, I would love to see what your Stola has to say about this.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them!
These senators, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
Man, these people have lost it.
Trick. They mean to kill us all.
Way to go, Y'shtola. You joined a cult. That won't do any good. This probably won't either, but still.
Perhaps they speak the truth.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives.
See, in a realistic situation here, I would have told them, we're clearly not Sin Eaters. Sin Eaters don't have reason. If we wanted to attack you, we would have. We're not Sin Eaters. Not to mention, we are not, you know, completely plastered in white.
You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade.
You are about to make this... Well, then again.
Good luck.
Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya! We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Oh, that's okay. I understand now. Something you guys might not know is that Y'shtola is technically blind, so she sees people through ether. So when she saw Sin Eaters, she should say Sin Eater, really, she's seeing the light that I absorbed from them. That's what she sees.
Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not?
No, I already figured it out.
It has been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
See? It didn't even give me an option to say anything. He just doesn't talk. There we go. I was about to say, let me say something. Oh man, these are all pretty good. Ah man, I want to say this one because it seems to be the most sarcastic. Or sassy, even. I'll leave that one alone because obviously she did. I'm going to say this one.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
Well, that was fun. What did I say? Yeah, she has that aura. She can be that way. Yeah. Urianger is still like, what? Music here is pretty good too. And I'm going to help out with his fate. I would have helped out with the other one, but by the time I noticed, I already started the cutscene. Yeah, see, there's one right there. That's why I didn't bother. Hey, I didn't see that there. I was reading the text on the side of the screen. Cool. Alright, back on track. More or less. That poor soul. Please do. And you know, that link shell noise actually gave me an idea. Let me think. I really like using the number 9 because it's the same, it's the actual link shell noise that people, or the NPCs use. So, I'm going to set that there. I'll deal with the other one later. I'll fix my macros after this. Oh, those roots. I suppose so. I mean, I'm more curious as to where they got this thing from. I don't think it was always inside of a tree.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
Fair enough. Nice. I like that. Yeah, me too, buddy.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are simple people.
Extremely simple, in fact.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come. I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika.
Hey.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own.
Yeah, that'll do that to you. So the reason I just said hey there is because I know whose theme this is. So she's going by Master Matoya. This is actually her theme, but since she's going by that name, it's playing for her too in her little private quarters. That's an excellent touch. They're doing a lot of great things in this expansion, provided you know the reference. Because I mean, if you don't know this theme, it's just like
me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand.
Because if you don't know this theme, you might just be like, oh, okay, well, it's nice, I guess. I actually like it, but I'm just saying the random person might not care. But to me, it's a big deal, because I get it. So, again, good job, Shadowbringers. Good job.
I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape.
I know what race this is, judging by them killer heels.
Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
Yep, using them as bodyguards. Didn't I make that reference to something else before? Yep, I sure did. The fairies. Yep.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
She's too good, guys. Like, if you don't know your Stola, she's too good.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
That's your Stola.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home, That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd.
Yeah.
But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
No, that's kind of a low blow, Y'shtola.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, Y'shtola has always had a sharp tongue, but that was... Even I could perceive that. That was a very low blow. That was not cool.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Alright. Let's see if I can find Thancred. Nope. I'll say that sounded like cutscene noises. You know what? He probably did actually disappear, so... Nah, don't get like that. You mean to tell me she read every single book they had? See? See, I would say this, but again, Y'shtola is always like this. She really hasn't changed at all. I mean, again, yeah, that was pretty low. She does have a sharp tongue, but the fact that she went that far, it's still the same Y'shtola, just that was a bit extreme. Okay, I just wanted to see if they said the same thing. Because even though I haven't been doing it the entire stream, sometimes, not all the time, because it's pretty rare, but sometimes, even in situations like that where I talk to both of them, yet usually you only see me talk to one, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, they're still saying the same thing. That's not always the case, because sometimes the dialogue will be different for one of them, even though I haven't ever shown it. It does happen. I don't know if it'll ever happen when I'm recording, but I'm just saying. Speaking of recording, with that being said, I'm going to end the stream here. The hunger has finally gotten to me. So, I'm going to go and get me something to eat. Still in the mood for a sandwich, but at the same time, got some really good spaghetti in the fridge. So I'm thinking, since I've been combining everything, aka Stormbringers, why not do that? Make me a spaghetti sandwich. So, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you around.